Back in the Depression, people cooked with what they had. And what if they only had a little cornmeal? What did they do? They made hoe cakes. This is Jackie from Otherwise, and today I'm going to show you how to make hoe cakes. Now, hoe cakes have different names. Now, everybody has their own recipe for hoe cakes, but I'm looking for something that they might have used in the Depression. Something more akin to original hoe cakes. Hoe cakes were called ash cakes, and they were cooked in the fire by Indians. Then the settlers came, and somehow or another they cooked them on their hoes. So they went out in the field and worked all day and stuck their hoe in the fire, heated up, and they cooked their hoe cakes right there on their hoes. Hoe cakes would have had an oval shape, which is traditional, rather than a round pancake type shape. And I'm not looking to make pancakes. I want something that tastes like cornbread to me. I'm from the Carolinas, and we don't use flour in our cornbread, nor do we use sugar. So I'm looking for something that I can replace my cornbread with that would be quicker and easier. So I'm going to start with the traditional hoe cake recipe. So let's get started. I've got my burner heating up here. So what I've got here is 1 cup of flour. This is half of a recipe, and I just want to make a few and see how they are. This is very fine cornmeal. And to my 1 cup of cornmeal, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to mix this together. Just to get it combined. Next, I have some boiling water that I made in my water pot. And I'm going to measure 1 cup. And the consistency we're looking for is something like biscuit dough. Make sure to flip it over. See, it's dry on the bottom. Make sure you get it all combined. I'm going to slide up my pan, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of bacon fat. Or bacon drippings. Sometimes I use this when I make cornbread. But my hoe cakes are cooking because of the hot water that's in here. There's very hot water, boiling. I use boiling water for my hoe cakes, and so these things are already cooking. The cornmeal is cooking. Just give it another stir. These are hot. And I'm going to pat it out in my hoe shape. And add it to my pan. And you want to make sure that your pan is hot and your grease is hot when you're making these, so that your cakes don't absorb all the oil in the pan. They're sticking to my hands while I'm patting them out. So they're not going to be perfect. But I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for good food. Turn my stove back up a little bit. Now these are perfectly golden on the other side. This is the last one I put in. It's not ready yet. Just going to drain a little grease off of it in case there's any extra. So here are my hoe cakes. So let's give it a taste. So these are very plain, but they're good, and they're bread. And bread doesn't always have a strong taste. So this would be great with pinto beans or a mess of greens, as we say down south. So having eaten a whole one of these, I have decided that this is just bread. It's not cornbread. It's just plain bread. That's what it tastes like. And that it's made to be eaten with other foods. And a lot of people use these as pancakes. So I have some honey, and I'm going to add it, and I'm going to try it. It's a lot more like a pancake with some honey on it. So let's get some maple syrup. I really love maple syrup. And I poured it everywhere. But that's okay. I really like the maple syrup too. But that's more like a pancake. But you can have it however you want. It's basically bread. A pancake is just bread. Try the hoe cake. I'm sure you'll find it delightful. So in your preps, make sure you have lots of cornmeal for these delicious hoe cakes. And if you're gluten-free, these are the perfect pancakes. Don't deny yourself anymore. This is Jackie from Otherwise. And remember, dinner's at 6.